All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video with the Mark II TTS. Today we've got the hood open because we are going to be starting with some regular maintenance items that we're gonna need to do, because I am excited to announce that we have got ourselves a new sponsor that I will be talking about in probably 1 to 2 videos once some stuff starts showing up, and we actually have to start prepping the car for the things that this sponsor is hooking us up with. So today we're going to be doing all of the maintenance that this car needs since we've bought it. We've only had this thing for almost a month now, and it's due for an oil change, spark plugs, air filter. We have to do the cam follower, which is the biggest one that I need to do on this car right now because I believe we are currently having problems with fuel pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're not gonna do the high pressure fuel pump insert today because I haven't, number one, bought one. I'm not entirely sure what company I wanna go with for that part, but we are gonna need it in terms of making some big power here in the very near future. So we're just gonna go ahead and rule out a fuel pressure issue that we're currently having with the car by doing that as well. So mainly I am going to cover that in today's video, just doing the cam follower and how easy it actually is for being a mechanical part to replace. And on top of that, yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of regular maintenance and everything. We're gonna talk about some spark plugs and stuff probably because with boosted cars, there are some updates or some upgrades that you can do in terms of running a better spark plug for your 2-liter TSI or TFSI or FSI specifically. So yeah, let's jump right into doing that, and then we'll go for a little boogie. We'll test some stuff out, make sure that our power issues are gone, and maybe we will start turning more videos kind of into vlog style stuff so that I can upload them a little bit more frequently and faster and that kind of thing. So let's get this thing up in the air so that we can start by draining the oil so that we can do our oil stuff first along with the cam follower, because in case that guy is worn out, there are probably going to be some little kibbles and bits of floating around somewhere. So onto the tripod we go, and let's get it in the air. That is an ordeal to get that skid plate off. Oh my god. Not a drop of oil on me. Now, obviously you don't always have to, but I've got myself a brand new drain plug here as well to go on the TT. That's the old one. It's got a new crush washer and everything, so we're gonna slap that guy in there, drop some oil in it, and then we're gonna do some other stuff. Very nice. Like I said, we are doing the high pressure fuel pump cam follower thingy, which is a fairly straightforward, very simple little unit to do here. Nothing super crazy. We're actually not even gonna need to pull the entire fuel pump out of the engine bay today because the part that we are replacing is just obviously the little cam follower, which is this little guy right here. Hello. Oh, this little dude. So this goes into the plunger side of the fuel pump, and it rides on the cam lobe that makes the pressure for the fuel pump. And I will put a link in the description for all the parts and everything for this build for this DIY in the description, so you can go grab them from ECS Tuning, especially if you are in the States. Probably going to be the cheapest place to get your hands on some gas powered stuff. Like I originally said, this is one of the things that does go wrong, whoopsies, on all of the FSI motors. They wear out, so they need to be replaced. If you want a good interval, I would say if you're feeling really inclined, check it every 2 times you do an oil change if you're following an 8,000 kilometer schedule, so every 16,000 kilometers, which works out to about 12,000 miles. Give it a check. On the 3rd one, no matter what, I would replace it. just because the regular wear interval for these is, I believe, 15,000 miles. So we're gonna go ahead and obviously start with taking the two connectors off. So you have the gray connector here on the passenger side of the vehicle and then the one on the top here. These are the push pressure fittings. So you technically don't even really need to use a pick to get these guys off, but sometimes it does come in handy. I've worked on Volkswagens for a long time, so I kind of know how to get these guys off. So super simple, we've got those guys off. Next, since you are dealing with extremely high pressure fuels, there is a little Schrader valve right down here with a little like, it looks like a tire or a air valve cover on like a tire or like a bike tire or something like that. So screw that guy off. I just put things up on the cowl if I don't really want to lose them. And then you're gonna go ahead and grab a rag or something of some sort. Just kind of tuck it underneath here because we are going to quickly vent the pressure out of here so that we aren't getting fuel sprayed into our eyes or anything. And like I said, it is a little Schrader valve, so you should just be able to take a pick or a flathead and shove it up under here to relieve the pressure, which it already doesn't have any. So that's interesting. So that's already has been relieved if you need to do that for your model of vehicle. So next, I'm gonna need to reposition you guys a little bit here to be able to see it. We are going to go underneath that and we're gonna go right here. So as you can see, we have the hard fuel line just down in here. And we're gonna do that next. And if you have stubby wrenches, this is where those guys are gonna come in handy because you don't really have a ton of engine bay space, but if you can get that guy on there, that would be great. And that fitting isn't usually too tight, so it comes off pretty quick. Beautiful, that's done. So now, because of that original Schrader valve that I told you guys about right here, we're gonna have to undo that guy as well because you have to undo the Torx bit that is behind that, and you most definitely are not gonna be able to get anything in behind that little fitting. So grab some wrenches here. Believe it's a 14, might be mistaken. No, it's a 13. Once again, it's also not tight, very tight on there like the lower one was. And because we have vented the pressure, nothing's gonna really come out of this. And it did decide to leak, so I don't know why the Schrader valve didn't pull any of the pressure out. We're gonna put that guy not on the cowl because that might have fuel in it. And we're just gonna tuck a little rag under there for now, just so that that can drip out. Next, on the bottom of the fuel pump, there is a banjo bolt for some of the FSI engines. Mine doesn't because it is a TT. So what you would do at this point is if you come up over here, you're gonna undo this PCV line here just to kind of be able to manipulate it and move it out of the way. And then you would come up and under the fuel pump on this side down here and you'd go underneath. I believe it is a M8 or an M10 triple square, and you would undo the banjo bolt from the bottom, pull that bolt out, and then you would be on to the next step, and that would be removing the actual pump itself. And see, this is literally such an easy thing that we have been at this for a total of maybe 5 minutes. So now we're gonna take our T30 Torx bit here, and we are going to undo the pump. So it's 3 bolts. You got the one on top, one on the left side, the one on the bottom. And I wouldn't recommend using power tools or a DAC or anything on these, specifically because this pump comes off so many times that if you don't do the stud conversion and you aren't buying brand new bolts each time, last thing you want to do is strip any of these bolts or any of the housings or anything out. So, and now it should be loose enough. Just move some stuff out of the way and we got the pump out. And that cam follower actually looks almost brand new. However, we are going to replace it because we are in there. Here's a side-by-side comparison, new, old. And we're gonna also replace the O-ring that is on the pump. This is the O-ring that we're replacing on the pump. It just kind of comes around to the front. And then we wrap that guy on there. And then we're just gonna clean out the mating surface a little bit. grab some of the oil that was on the original cam follower and lube up our new guy and put him back on the plunger, back into the pump. And there we go. Fuel pump cam follower done. And now we are going to quickly check some spark plugs. Make sure we don't have any super worn out plugs or anything like that. I would say those are probably due for being changed, as they are OEM plugs and this car has 70,000 kilometers on it. So just so that you guys have some idea of how old the plugs are. They came out of the car. Here are the new ones. So these are just some NGK iridiums that I'm going to be running until I get my hands on some brisk ER12s. And these are the spark plugs that came out of the car. As you can tell, these are most likely the factory spark plugs. I don't think these have ever been changed, and look how old these are. Yeah, so some decent performance gains are probably going to be had here. And there we go. All of our engine bay servicing has been done. I did check the air filter and it looks like it has been replaced, so I haven't done that, but it's just an air filter. It's not rocket science to do that. So all of our, if I can zoom out, all of our maintenance on the engine for the TT is now complete, and we are ready to make a little bit more power over stock. So we're gonna go for a quick little drive and see if if what we've done has gotten our little stutter / EPC light issue to go away, and if not, we're gonna do some logging and see if we can figure that out. But I have a feeling this probably has solved it, because I think it was just a misfire or something. But there we go. So let's go for a little boogie and see how this thing feels. So we're gonna go test and see if if we get that stutter up at high RPM once we break the plugs in a little bit, and then that'll be it. So let's go check it out. Music down, let's see. Oh yeah. No more hesitation. She got all the power. Yeehaw! So we are ready to get our tune on this bad boy, and obviously we are in Mexico, so obviously we are now 100% prepared to start tuning the TT. We like I said at the beginning of the video, that's gonna have to do with our new sponsor, and I will announce that once we get things going here. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are new here and you are excited to see some more TT content, whoa, rough road, don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow the Instagrams down below in the description for my Instagram, and then also the Reckless Instagram. But thank you once again, everybody, for watching or checking out another video. Peace out. I will see you in the next one.